What is going on, guys? This is Andy with Andy's Anime, and today I'm going to be reacting to the season finale of the Summer Hikaru Died episode 12. Again, if you guys have not checked out my previous reaction videos, of course, to this series or to other series that I'm currently reacting to, I do encourage you guys to go ahead and check those videos out. Again, I will leave a link in the description of this video to my channel down below. Also, guys, we are aiming for 100 subscribers next, so again, it does mean the world to me when you guys take the time to show your love and support by hitting that like and subscribe button. Also, guys, feel free to share these videos with your friends who enjoy anime reaction channels. With that being said, guys, and without further ado, let's get started. Again, they haven't really sat down to actually talk about what each other really want. Did you come to any kind of conclusion? Again, this is one of those things where Yoshiki and Nonuki need to really sit down and have a conversation with each other and try and figure out what they both want. Yeah, you show up late? Is she not feeling good? Is this like, is this symbolizing him like kind of enjoying the last moments before he disappears on everybody? What? So the ritual was pointless and Nonok doesn't really exist? Then that makes me wonder who's inhabiting Hikaru then, unless he's lying. Yeah, do you remember now, or did you figure it out again? Yeah, you started seeing him attacking Yoshiki the other day? Dude, Yoshiki is all kinds of messed up on an emotional level. No. Yeah, trying to process one of the human emotions. See, this show has a messed up way of like, because Nonuk or whatever is living in Hikaru's body doesn't understand human emotion, and Yoshiki, who is an emotional wreck, and again, that's it feels sort of like a barrier, right? Like trying trying to have like the similarity that I think of is like a robot or an android who is doesn't have human emotion programmed in and trying to understand that. And it's just this weird barrier between people that Nonok Hikaru are close with, and Yoshiki, of course, doesn't really feel like he needs to make him change. So again, such a weird concept. Yeah, his mark's getting worse. Yeah, that's true. Which again, you guys need to have the conversation of whether or not you have to kind of say goodbye because of the impurities. I feel like this is sort of signifying that they're enjoying some last fun memories together before they have to say goodbye without actually having that conversation. Yeah, man. I mean, to be fair, he lost control of his sense of reasoning. I mean, he's trying to have this conversation with you about leaving. Do you really want to give up your humanity, Yoshiki? And I feel like the only way to protect the village from all these impurities is if he goes away. You can't be selfish, Yoshiki. See, now Yoshiki is struggling with his own selfishness, but also you have to consider the safety of everyone in the village. So you can't you can't keep him close to you necessarily and keep the village safe. Yeah, but Nonok is thinking about the greater good. Yoshiki is just being somewhat selfish. Yeah, this man. Yeah, but then you're going to become an impurity if you stay together for too long. Do you really want to leave yourself as human? Guy from the agency or company? Okay, guys, that was the season finale of The Summer Hikaru Died, episode 12. And I'm not sure how I feel about the way it ended. There was a roller coaster of emotion in this series that was a little on the bizarre side, and I didn't necessarily fully understand the, at least part of the time, I didn't understand the where some of the characters stood emotionally and trying to convey those emotions to a certain degree. Now, I do understand that there was a lot of internal struggle with a lot of these characters, but to me, the emotional trying to convey that emotion between the characters was pretty much a bizarre ride, if you will. Just if to me, the show was the mystery of the show was interesting, albeit it was a little bit weird the way they ended it. And it was good that Yoshiki and Hikaru had this somewhat of a conversation, but it feels like they're not technically meant to be together in order to keep everybody safe. And it seems that, now I don't know if Yoshiki is acting in a selfish way, but it would seem that Yoshiki is willing to leave the village, leave his humanity, become some sort of impurity, and somehow live in isolation or almost in isolation with Nonok. Now, Nonok is trying to, even though he doesn't necessarily want to leave Yoshiki, he's thinking of the greater good in terms of, I'm going to have to leave and be isolated on the mountain so that these impurities don't attack innocent people. So, I don't really know if I enjoyed the ending of this series, but it was definitely an interesting journey nonetheless. And I am curious, there was some stuff that was still unresolved, and with the woman who was helping Yoshiki throughout the series, who knew about the guy from this agency. And it is curious about what this agency is after that's part of Nonook's realm. And was the guy from the agency accurate in his facts about the whole ritual being made up, and that Nonook is not really a god and that it's a made up fictional belief that was passed down in the village? I don't really know whether he's speaking the truth. If that's the case, then if Nonook doesn't really exist, then what kind of entity is living within Hikaru's body? So again, I don't know. There's some mystery there. And obviously their friend, Yoshiki's friend, the girl who lost part of her hearing, she ended up getting a little bit of closure nonetheless with Hikaru or Nonook, just kind of taking this final look around the school and stuff. So there was a lot of indication that he was kind of taking in these last sights and views and things that he wanted to do as Hikaru before he left. So again, this show was okay. I feel like it could have been a little bit better, and I do know that they have renewed this for a second season, but I will leave it, of course, up to you guys on whether or not we should watch season 2. Again, I thought the series was okay and probably could have been a little bit better. But as always, guys, if you guys like this video, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below for more video content. And remember, guys, we are aiming for 100 subscribers next. So again, it does mean the world to me when you guys take the time to show your love and support by hitting that like and subscribe button. This is Andy with Andy Z Anime. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you guys next time.